Iram, you are standing at the Miqat, the invisible boundary line around Mecca. There are 5 of them across Saudi Arabia. If you flew in, the pilot announced it. If you drove, there is a sign on the highway you cannot cross without entering Iram. So you stop. You shower. Men wrap 2 white unstitched cloths around their body, one over the shoulder, one around the waist. No stitched underwear, no shoes that cover the feet, just sandals and white cloth. Women wear any modest clothing with hijab, but no face covering and no gloves. You can apply perfume to your body now, but never again until ihram lifts. Then you make your intention. In your heart, I am here for Hajj, and from this moment a long list of things becomes forbidden. No cutting hair, no clipping nails, no perfume or scented soap, no arguing, swearing, or fighting, no hunting or killing even an insect deliberately, no sexual relations, no marriage or proposal. You are stripped to the most basic version of yourself. A king and a cleaner wear the same cloth. Nobody can tell who is rich. That is the point. Then you open your mouth and say the words 2 million people around you are saying at the same time. Labbaik Allahumma labbaik. Here I am, O Allah, here I am. You have no partner. Here I am. All praise and every blessing belong to you, and all sovereignty, you have no partner. This is the Talbiyah. You keep repeating it until you throw your first stone days later. It is the soundtrack of your entire Hajj. Tawaf. You walk into Masjid al-Haram and you see it. The Kaaba, a black cubic structure in the center of a white marble courtyard, surrounded by hundreds of thousands of people moving around it in a slow, continuous circle. Smaller than you expected, more powerful than you imagined, you join the circle. You start at the black stone, the Hajar al-Aswad, embedded in the eastern corner. If you can touch it, you touch it. If the crowd is too thick, you point toward it with your right hand and say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. Every round begins and ends here. You walk anti-clockwise, the Kaaba always on your left. 7 full rounds. This is Tawaf. In the first 3 rounds, men walk briskly with chest forward and shoulders rolling. This is Ramal, from the time the Prophet showed Mecca that his followers were not weak. The last 4 rounds, normal pace. On the north side of the Kaaba, a low semicircular wall called the Hijr Ismail. It was originally part of the Kaaba itself. Walk around the outside. If you cut through it, that round does not count. Between the door and the black stone, a 2-meter section called the Multazam. If you can reach it, press your chest and face against it and make dua. Scholars say prayers are answered here. 7 rounds done, you pray. 2 rakat behind Maqam Ibrahim, the glass-encased stone still bearing Ibrahim's footprints. Then you drink Zamzam. Cold, blessed. The Prophet said Zamzam water is for whatever purpose you drink it for. Sa'i. You walk to the hill of Safa inside the mosque complex. Face the Kaaba, raise your hands, make dua. Between these 2 hills, a long corridor packed with pilgrims moving in both directions. At 2 points, green fluorescent lights mark a section where men jog, not women. This is the section where the valley was lowest, where Hajar could not see her baby from either hill, where her panic peaked. You jog through it, reach Marwa, that is 1 lap, turn around, walk back to Safa, that is 2, 7 times. It ends at Marwa. The story is simple and devastating. Ibrahim left his wife Hajar and infant son Ismail alone in this empty desert on Allah's command. Water ran out. The baby was crying from thirst. Hajar ran between these hills 7 times, searching for anyone, any water, any help. She found nothing. When she returned, water was bubbling from the ground where Ishmael's heels had scraped the sand. That spring is Zamzam. It has not stopped flowing for over 4,000 years. Every lap you walk is a tribute to a mother who refused to give up. 7 laps done, men shave or trim their hair, women cut a fingertip length, Umrah complete. Ihram lifted, normal clothes, perfume, normal life. But this is temporary. Hajj has not started. You rest. You pray. On the morning of the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, everything begins again. Mina, the 8th of Dhul Hijjah, you shower, Ihram again, intention again. Every restriction returns. You board a bus and drive 8 kilometers east to a valley called Mina. What you see does not look real. Over 100,000 white fireproof tents stretching across the valley floor in perfect rows, everyone numbered, everyone assigned. The largest temporary city on earth. You find your tent, thin mattresses on the floor, strangers on every side. The heat is heavy. You pray all 5 prayers here, shortening 4 rakat prayers to 2. Read Quran, make dua, rest. Save your energy. Tomorrow is the most important day of your life. Arafat, the 9th of Dhul Hijjah. The day of Arafat, the Prophet said 3 words that define everything. El Hajju Arafat. Hajj is Arafat. Miss this day and your Hajj does not exist. After Fajr at Mina, you travel 14 kilometers to a vast flat plain at the base of Jabal al-Rahma, the Mount of Mercy. This is where the Prophet delivered his final sermon, where Adam and Hawa are believed to have reunited after paradise. You wait for the sun to pass its peak. The moment it does, Wuquf begins. From noon until sunset, you stand, sit, raise your hands, and ask Allah for everything. Dur and Asr combined, 2 rakat each, then dua, no specific words required. Any language, you cry. You beg, you ask forgiveness for every sin you remember and everyone you have forgotten. You ask for your parents, your children, your dead, your future. The Prophet said the best dua is the dua of the day of Arafat. Millions around you are doing the same. Every race, every language, every country, all dressed the same, all asking the same God. Do not sleep through it. Do not waste it on your phone. Do not leave before sunset. Leaving before Maghrib requires a penalty sacrifice. Stay, stand, ask. This is the one afternoon where the door is wide open. Muzdalifa, the sun sets at Arafat. You do not pray Maghrib there. You leave immediately. 9 kilometers of slow, dense, shoulder-to-shoulder movement toward Muzdalifa. No tents, no mattresses, no walls. Open ground and open sky. You pray Maghrib and Isha combined, 3 rakat then 2, 1 adhan, 2 ikamas. Then you lie down on rocky earth. Around you, millions of people on the ground in the dark. No distinction between them. You pick up pebbles, 49 minimum, the size of a chickpea. Collect 70 to be safe. You will lose some. Bag them. Keep them close. You sleep, or try. The ground is hard. The night is cold. The sound of 2 million people breathing under the same sky is something you will never forget. Before dawn, you pray Fajr, make dua facing the Qibla until the sky brightens, then leave for Mina. The busiest day of Hajj is about to begin. The 4 acts, the 10th of Dhul Hijjah, Eid al-Adha. Today you do 4 things in the Prophet's recommended order, though a different sequence is accepted. First, the Jamarat, 3 tall concrete walls in Mina, representing where Shaitan tempted Ibrahim as he walked to sacrifice his son. Today, stone only the largest, Jamarat al-Aqaba, 7 pebbles, 1 at a time. With each throw, Bismillah, Allahu Akbar. The moment you throw the first stone, the talbiyah stops forever. Second, sacrifice. A sheep, goat, or share of a cow or camel. Most pilgrims pay their group to arrange it. This commemorates Ibrahim's willingness to sacrifice Ismail and Allah replacing him with a ram. Third, shave. Men shave completely or trim short. Women cut a fingertip length. Most ihram restrictions lift. Normal clothes, perfume, everything except sexual relations. Fourth, Tawaf al-Ifada. Return to the haram. 7 rounds of the Kaaba. This is a pillar. Without it, your Hajj is invalid. Then Sa'i again, 7 laps between Safa and Marwa. After this, every restriction lifts completely. You return to Mina over the next 2 days, the 11th and 12th. You return each afternoon and stone all 3 walls. 7 at the small, pause for dua. 7 at the middle, pause for dua. 7 at the large, leave without pausing. 21 pebbles per day, both days. Leave Mina before sunset on the 12th and you are done. Still there after sunset, you stay 1 more night and stone again on the 13th. Tawaf al-Wida. The last thing you do before leaving Mecca, Tawaf al-Wida. The farewell Tawaf, 7 rounds, no Sa'i, no Ramal. Just you and the house Ibrahim built one final time. You pray 2 rakat, you drink Zamzam. You look at the Kaaba knowing you may never stand here again. The Prophet instructed that the last act of every pilgrim should be circling this house. Do not go shopping after. Do not linger. Let the Kaaba be the last thing you see. Some pilgrims walk out backward, keeping their eyes on it as long as possible. Your Hajj is complete. The Prophet said, whoever performs Hajj and does not commit obscenity or sin returns home like the day his mother gave birth to him. No sins. You walked where Ibrahim walked. You ran where Hajar ran. You stood where the Prophet stood. You slept on the ground where millions before you slept. You threw stones at the memory of every temptation. You circled a house that has been circled without interruption for over 1,400 years. You entered Mecca carrying every mistake you ever made. You leave carrying nothing. That is Hajj.